Welcome to another presentation at the East Trade Winds, a chapter of the World Referral Network, hosted by Bernie Fransgrote and Wayne Pratt. The presentation today is titled Rewriting Your Story, Lessons from the Lotus Effect with Kat. Our guest is Katherine Polsinelli from the Lotus Effect. Meet Kat, a beacon of transformation in our scarcity-laden society, who is on a mission to teach others how to embrace the mantra that everything happens for you, not to you. Fueled by a personal journey through trauma and abuse, Kat shifted her narrative from victimhood to empowerment. As a coach, speaker, author, and podcaster, she candidly shares her tumultuous path from teen pregnancy to a decade in an abusive relationship to inspire others to rewrite their stories. As the visionary behind the Lotus Effect, Kat passionately guides individuals to glean wisdom from their past, transforming it into a compass for a radiant future. Having trudged through life's mud, she intimately understands the struggle to see the beauty ahead. Kat advocates fiercely for reconnecting with our true selves, urging us to discard external influences and navigate our journey based on our beliefs, not societal dictates. In her unwavering pursuit, Kat invites us to reclaim our power and stride confidently towards a brighter tomorrow.
My name is Kat. I am the creator and founder of the Lotus Effect, and I have a question for you. I know that most of us, so I'm guessing everyone has heard of the golden rule, like treat everyone as you want to be treated, or the phrase love thy neighbor as thyself, right? So I had a recent podcast guest that took these two phrases and flipped them upside down. And let me explain. So we were talking about these two phrases, which I've heard all of my life about how we should love others as we love ourselves. And she brought to my attention that we do love others as we love ourselves. That's the problem with the world. We are so focused on giving to other people that we forgot to love ourselves. We forgot to pay attention to ourselves. We forgot that we are the most important thing. And so, therefore, we are treating those as and so this is what I bring to you today is to have a conversation around these things that are phrases that we've heard most of our life or we've heard for generations, and how do they actually play out currently in our society? You say a few of you actually answered the question that I asked, which was what was a belief that you used to have that you no longer have? And the reason that I asked that is because for me, I had a really hard ingrained belief that where I was at and the decisions that I had made had gotten me to where I was at, and therefore that was the end. I did believe that for 10 years, being in an abusive relationship was my life. And it took a lot of strength, a lot of courage, and a lot of bravery to be able to flip that script, which is something that I believe that all of us have the ability to do. The difficult part is making that decision. I'm sure that all of you can think about things that you do on a regular basis that is the same. It's in a cycle. Whether it is, I know that if this happens, I'm going to get angry. And then if I get angry, it's going to go to this. We all see that. But what's interesting is, even though that we recognize our patterns and we recognize these cycles, we don't make the choice to make a change. That choice is always there. And I learned that when I got out of my abusive relationship after 10 years when I was 28. My two boys at that time were 10 and 7. This year, this month, it will be 10 years since I left that relationship. My boys are now 19 and 16. I made a choice, which to a lot of people seems so simple, right? Do something different, just leave, make a different choice. But for a lot of us, just like it was for me, when it came to making the decision to leave an abusive relationship, it wasn't that easy. All of the beliefs that I had prior to, all of the things that I had been told over the years from him of not being able to do anything, nobody would ever love me, I'd never amount to anything, those became my beliefs. And so I challenge all of you today to think about the beliefs that you have and whether or not those beliefs actually align with who it is you choose to be versus who chose for you. I understand that we are all put through scenarios from a very young age. And even to this day, regardless of your age, there's a very good possibility that some of the things that you think about, that you believe in, or you agree with, is because you had to make that choice. But even the better part is you always have a choice to make a different selection. So I bring this to you today because after making the decision to leave that relationship, I started on a new journey. And one of my favorite things to tell everyone is, you know, how we always hear that saying again of, I'm going to write a new chapter. I decided no new chapters in this book. This book was done. We were closing it and we were starting a brand new book. And so I'd love to bring that all to you, and I challenge you to write your own book as well. If you feel like the one that you've been writing in chapters in is not aligning with you anymore, let go of it, put a V in, leave a cliffhanger, and start your new one. Because writing the chapter to me meant that I was staying in the same similar story. And I chose that was no longer a part of me. And so writing a brand new book is where I started my life. Now, I'd love to tell you all that as soon as I got out of that relationship, I made a total change. I did everything that I should have, but I didn't. I actually took all of my emotions and I shoved them down in a box. I was a single parent with two children and I had a full-time medical job. That was where I needed to be. And so that's where I put myself for years until all of those emotions and all of those things that I didn't deal with, treating myself like I would others, started to come up. And in realizing that not only did those unhealed emotions, those triggers, and those traumas that were coming up were affecting me, but they were also affecting my children. They were affecting how I was raising them. They were affecting the types of friendships that I had. And they were also affecting the types of relationships that I was around. So it was very important to me to, again, notice that pattern, see that cycle, and decide to stop it and make a different choice. And so I did. I left another relationship. I left the home that I bought, and I started all over with my children again about 5 years ago. But in doing so, and deciding to rewrite who I chose to be, I met the love of my life. My children now have an amazing man in their life. Now that they are teenagers, one of them's an adult, they were able to see that things could be different. And through my vulnerability and my honesty and being able to be open, not only with my children, but with my spouse and with those around me, again, another shift in my life happened. And so this is why I bring this to you today. Because, yes, while it is so important to love others as you would want to be treated and love thy neighbor as thyself, we really have to understand that if we are not loving ourselves first, there is no love for us to give to others. We may think that we are, and we are trying our hardest to do, but we are trying to love people from an empty cup. And someone on my podcast once told me that they keep their cup full. And instead of pouring into others from their cup, they fill their cup up so much that the overflow is what they then give to those that are around them. And I thought that was such a beautiful statement to think on and to remember, because there are times where our cups are not totally full. And so, therefore, we need to be mindful of that. Therefore, we need to make sure we are putting ourselves first, and then we can help others. So I just wanted to bring this to you today. I feel like with everything that's going on in the world and the things that keep happening and changing, I know Tony talked about it, Milton talked about it. Now is the time for us to love ourselves first and then be able to gift that love to others. And that love is of the purest form, is of the most selfless form. And it comes so effortlessly that we don't even have to think about it as we share and spread the love. So I'll leave you with this, as I do always: do one thing positive for someone each and every day. See the difference that it makes in your life, And I'm wishing you all a blessed rest of your 2024.
Unlock the full potential of networking with the World Referral Network. Are you eager to connect with our esteemed guest speaker and delve deeper into the ever-expanding universe of the World Referral Network? Simply scan the QR code now and embark on a journey of endless opportunities. Join us at East Trade Winds, where we gather online every Tuesday from 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, you're welcome to connect with us and other chapters across the World Referral Network. Seize the moment, register for free, and start exploring today. Fancy sharing your insights as a guest speaker? We're looking for you. Reach out to Wayne Pratt to ignite your speaking journey. Email him at motivateyou.ca or connect with Wayne on LinkedIn. Don't wait, take action and be a part of a global community that's shaping the future of business networking.